Number 1. It's too slow. So it's been about 2 years since the system came into operations, and it can't do something that the commuter line, MRT, and other LRT do. Enter and exit the station faster than 18 kilometers per hour. Doing this in every station is catastrophic for the system's average speed. Despite stations often being 2, 5, and even 6 kilometers apart, Cibubur line only has an average speed of 31 kilometers per hour, while the Bekasi line 32 kilometers per hour. For reference, the KRL commuter line has an average speed ranging from 31 kilometers per hour for the Tanjung Priok line, 36 for the Cikarang line, 38 for the Bogor line, 44 for the Tangerang line, and 45 for the Rangkas Bitung line. The MRT manages 30 km per hour, but that's understandable due to the tight 600 meters to 2 km stop spacing. Remember, they said 40 km per hour average speed. Number 2. The frequencies aren't great for rapid transit standards. You have 9 to 10 minute frequencies at rush hour. Off-peak, it could be anywhere from 12, and especially on weekends, it can drop to 19 minutes on each line. You said 3 to 6 minutes. Now, if those awful 19-minute headways only existed at say 5 AM on a Sunday, then sure, that's fine. But I'm seeing 19-minute headways on 7 PM weekends. People are going to the mall, eating out, and doing other weekend stuff at 7 PM. Number 3. It's too loud. Riding the Bekasi line from Bekasi Barat to Duku Atas made my ears hurt. This does not happen in any other mode of transport. Unfortunately, I did not record how many decibels my ears received at that time, but on a different trip I did, and the results are quite literally deafening. The noise level in one station, Cikudir 2, but I assume this applies to many Bekasi line stations, regularly exceeds 85 decibels. That's heavy traffic / food blender levels, which makes sense because right next to it is a double-decker highway. It gets worse inside the trains though. When they're running at top operational speed, which is 80 km per hour, sound levels regularly went over 90 decibels with peaks of up to 95. Imagine listening to a table saw for 50 minutes, 10 times a week. If you're a doctor watching this video, I want your comment on the effects of all of this towards the health of the human ear. On a tangent, but normally I don't recommend using headphones in Jakarta because it's Jakarta. You need to be hyper aware of absolutely everything. Speeding buses, motorcycles going the wrong way, motorcycles using the sidewalk, people trying to snatch your phone or bag, people throwing rocks at trains, cars cutting off buses full of standing passengers. But for the sake of your hearing, I do recommend that you bring noise cancelling headphones on the LRT Jabodebek. Before I tell you what I think the system's biggest problem is, some honorable mentions on what the comment section has to say about the system. Some say that the trains are a bit overpriced, which yeah is a problem, but if they fix the system and manage to do Duku Atas Cibubur in 39 minutes as promised instead of the current 50, I think 20,000 rupiah is a fair price. Though lower prices actually increase a station's catchment area since in a passenger's perspective, less money spent on the train is more money for paying Gojek, so that's worth considering. Some have questioned the quality and reliability of the trains. Breakdowns do occasionally happen, and the acceleration and braking being not very smooth, though still a vast improvement over what it was 2 years ago. Some have questioned the accessibility of the stations. The elevators and escalators sometimes don't work, which is kind of a problem when all of your stations look like this. But something that few have mentioned, but I consider to be quite a grave issue is number 4. The stations are a pain in the rear end to get there. Things are generally fine from Duku Atas all the way to Cawang, but after that, you run into some serious problems. Mainly, there's no way to cross the highway, resulting in tens of thousands of people who would have been in walking distance suddenly not. These people can see the LRT from their homes, but walking there is not a viable option. Take for example, Cikudir 2. Across the highway is the densely populated neighborhood of Grand Galaxy, which also features Grand Galaxy Park Mall. Is there a way to cross the highway? No. Is there a direct bus service from the LRT to GGP Mall? Also no. Also another example, the MEE. Despite the name, it's so far from Taman Mini that they needed to provide a shuttle service to the park. At least it runs all day every 20 minutes. Also again, same problem with Cikudir 2.
Yes, I think my suspicions are confirmed. There is absolutely no way to cross this highway unless you're willing to walk a couple hundred meters towards that bridge.
This same problem also happens in Kampung Rambutan and Tiratas, but the most egregious example is Harjamukti LRT station. You're telling me that if I wanna go to Buperta Cibubur, you know, the shelter that has the brand new P11 buses that go to Cibinong, Sentul, and Bogor, densely populated areas that are also major tourist destinations, I have to walk on this. This is a shame because apart from that issue, I see Harjamukti is doing well as a transit interchange, as well as a public space. It has white covered sidewalks and this Trans-Depok bus shelter with a screen that has live tracking. The screen actually works, that's just my phone's camera messing up the screen. So yeah, the solution is obvious. Those far stations, Sikunir 2, TMI, Kampung Rambutan, Ciracas, and Harjamukti need to build sky bridges that cross the highway and directly connect to the station. If you can see the LRT station, you should be able to walk to it. No gojek or driving required. Also, please speed up the trains. Every other problem I and the viewers mentioned here are secondary compared to these two main ones. Low average speeds and difficult to access stations. But I want to end this video on a more appreciative note. Despite all the problems, I'm glad the system exists. I believe the LRT is one of the reasons why congestion in the Jagorawi and Cikampek highways are nowhere near as bad as in the Jakarta Merah highway. After spending a day filming, I found myself standing for 1.5 hours in 3 overcrowded buses. The buses that went in the highway section of the trip got stuck in traffic. These people have no LRT to fall back to when traffic starts piling up.